here's an exclusive. I am a Skrull.
I knew it.
I am a Skrull.
It's all we've talked about.
Yeah. How do you think One More Day happened?
Yeah.
I'm a Skrull, see?
That makes perfect sense.
I mean, the real me would never have done that, not in a million years. But yeah, it's a real fun conspiracy story. Skrulls have replaced heroes and villains and people, and they're here on one particular mission. I don't want to tell you what that mission is. But it does involve somebody's phone ringing.
Skrull.
A Skrull, yes. A Skrull is trying to spoil my interview. Damn dirty Skrulls.
Classic.
Yes. But the Skrulls are here. They're amongst us. And actually, they've been here for quite a long time. If you go back and read some of Brian Bendis' New Avengers books, you'll see that he's been seeding this for a very, very long time. So it's pretty exciting.
It's a bold way to go about the story, to be seeding it for years.
Yes.
Back then, were you like, this is definitely going to happen? Like, how did it feel?
I will tell you the absolute truth about this. Brian was seeding this stuff before he told anybody. So you know, we have these creative summits at Marvel where we invite a bunch of our writers in. I'd say it's at least 3 times a year, sometimes 4 or 5 times a year. And I remember the summit where we sat there and Brian's like, well, we got a Skrull invasion. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I've been seeding this for the last 2 years in my books. I'm like, what? And then he started laying out the plan. We're like, okay, that's pretty cool. I mean,
wow.
Thanks for telling us, you know, because you know, we may have wanted to do something else, but Skrulls are fine. Let's do it.
So that was the real secret invasion. Was
that was secret? Yes. Brian has
Bendis.
been doing this for a very long time. Yeah. So,
What's, not to look past that, but what's next after Skrulls?
there is stuff. There is stuff after Skrulls. I obviously can't tell you because that would telegraph the end of Skrull invasion. We don't want to do that. But if our recent history has told you anything, I can assure you it's going to be a surprise. And I think one of the things that I'm really happy about is that 4 days ago, we had our most recent creative summit. And this is the first time. We usually planned a year ahead of time, and sometimes as you get to a year and a half, it's a little bit softer and more nebulous as to what we're going to do. We are planned well into 2010. We are locked and loaded. We know exactly what we're going to do, and we have stuff happening at the end of 2009, going into 2010, that is going to be out of this world. Absolutely out of this world, going to freak people out. If you think people were freaking out over One More Day or Death of Captain America or any of these things, it's nothing. Nothing compared to what we have coming up.
Is it hard to juggle all kind of the events going on with the Death of Captain America, Secret Invasion, Annihilation? It's all like concurrent. It's all moving.
It's always hard, and you know, with so many people writing the books and writing the stories, it's that much harder. I mean, look, the most perfect continuity in the Marvel universe was when one guy was really scripting all the stories, and even then, Stan got a lot of it wrong too. You know, because it was fewer books, one guy doing it. And now we've got 80 books, and you know, each one of them has a, you know, let's say 80 books, 50 writers, and you know, 100 artists, whatever that may be. So it does make our editors' jobs that much more difficult. But I think ultimately we do a really good job of sort of keeping the genie in the bottle and trying to make sure that everything makes sense. What's important to me is that we have a good overall overarching macro story plan where we know that this is going to lead into this, and there's a cause and effect to all this stuff. Because I think if you just start playing this stuff by ear and saying, well, you know, we'll figure it out when we get to the end, that's a really, really bad recipe for telling stories.
Just to wrap things up a little bit, give us one thing that's coming out soon that people should really keep their eye on that's really going to blow up.
There are happenings after Ultimate Origin that are going to be very, very, very important to the Ultimate Universe. And I'm going to give you a very big Skrull reveal. There is a Skrull in Secret Invasion that's going to reveal themselves to be a Skrull. Fantastic.